I want to talk to you about the God of covenant. I want to talk to you about the God of covenant. The God of covenant. And this is important for us to understand. What is covenant? Contract, promise, an agreement. Anything else? It's something like all those, but it's much more. See, the challenge for us is the cultural context in which you and I live and operate is so far removed from the biblical cultural context,
right,
that this ancient Eastern philosophy and concept, illustration, imagery in the scriptures is so removed from our culture, it's hard to take hold of it in the way in which God intends for us to take hold of it. So a covenant is different than a contract. Because we make a contract with somebody out of what? Mistrust. I don't know if you're going to do all you say you're going to do. So we'll make a contract. So if you don't do what you say you're going to do, I can hold you accountable. That's what contract is, right? Covenant is different. I make a covenant with you because I believe you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Amen. The Bible is a book of covenants. It is a book of covenants. We have the Old Testament. We have the New Testament. The word testament is the Greek translation from the Hebrew word berith, which means covenant. You cannot understand God. You cannot fully grasp and understand salvation in this dispensation of grace outside of a framework and understanding of covenant. In the ancient days, they would establish covenants for multiple reasons and multiple purposes. If you were a farmer and I was a warrior, I had a warrior tribe, you were a farmer tribe. You could grow a lot of wheat and corn, but you couldn't defend yourself. When harvest came, they'd come and just swoop up all your stuff. We could fight, but we couldn't feed ourselves. So we come and we make a deal. Listen, man, listen. I'm going to come and protect you in harvest, and then when harvest comes, you going to feed me. We got to get it. That's a covenant, right? That's an agreement. But here's where it's different. In the covenant, what they would do is see if this looks familiar to anybody. What the name of the covenant is, they would take animals, right? And they would slice the animals, and they would lay the parts of the animals on each side, right? And what they would generally do in the ancient days is they would like kind of dig a little ditch in here so that all the blood from the slain animals would flow down into the ditch, right? And then what they would do is the two parties who were making the agreement, what they do is they would walk through the blood of the slain animals and they would declare the terms and conditions of the covenant. This is what I'm going to do. So we'd walk through and I'd say, whenever you call on me for help and defense, I will be there. Marvin would walk through and said, whenever you need some bread, whenever you need some corn, we're going to be there. We're going to give it to you. The reason why they walk in the midst of blood from sacrificed animals, it was also saying, and if I don't do what I said, may what happened to these animals happen to me. Let me show you the power of religion. Many of us grew up in the Baptist church, right? Remember in the Baptist church, we say this, may the Lord watch between me and thee, while we are absent, one from another. That's a covenant term. Look it up. Look at the biblical context in which Joshua is saying that. It's a covenant term. May the Lord watch to make sure we are keeping the terms of our covenant while we are apart from one another. So covenants were powerful tools. When a man made covenant, it meant he meant business. He wasn't playing. Now see, again, this is hard for us because we live in a time and a season where men don't keep their word. Amen. There was a time when a man lived by his word. We don't do that today. Even many of us in this room. We don't live by our word. Our words mean nothing. Our words are just nothing but syllables expressed through breath. They don't mean anything anymore. But in biblical times, when a man made a covenant, when a man committed his word, you could go to bank on that. You can go